to College Park is never easy. And, of course, Wake Forest, another ACC squad. So they, unfortunately have not found their rhythm as well. But they've got experience, and they've got guys who are starting to reach their potential. Keve Aluma is the first guy that we talked about in the Open. His last 3 games, he's playing very well. In the Open, his last 3 games, he's playing very well.
Tech turns it over for the 5th time already, just over 8 minutes into this game. And at the other end, Dayton wanted its 3rd 3, but it spins out just over 8 minutes into this game. And at the other end, Dayton wanted its 3rd 3, but it spins out for Zimi Wokeji. Hunter Couture, an excellent shooter for the Hokies, misfires from deep. And it is last touched.
Hands in the front row, no. Well, they're in the press row with us. Hey, if you want to continue to sit there, pipe down, sir.
Yeah, don't take a run at Jamie Lucky. There's points for... So it stops the 10-0 run for Dayton. Mustafa Amsil walks with it. And
those are going to be the plays that can open up the defense. If you just allow yourself to shoot threes, you may not get hot yet in this game. Dayton's got tremendous three-point shooting defense. You got to try to work, break down the defense, get easy buckets, then your three-point shots will open up.
And Justin Mutz was the beneficiary. We were chatting with Mike Young earlier in the season a few weeks ago, and he was saying he's been our best player, not Keve Aluma. As Mutz misses from deep and a strong rebound from Tumani the season a few weeks ago, and he was saying he's been our best player, not Keve Aluma. As Mutz misses from deep and a strong rebound from Tumani Kamara.
He's been the difference maker. Mutz has. He's their energy guy. Got 12 boards against Memphis. That's not easy.
Responding. He loves the juice and the charged atmosphere.
I like that. A little confidence.
Kobe Brea comes up to get it. Sophomore from Washington Heights, New York, with the post entry for Kamara. He's got the size mismatch on Storm Murphy, and a block by Gassan. Shot clock winding down. Kamara. Offhand, no. Rebound, Mutz. Hunter Couture orchestrating right now for Virginia Tech with Storm Murphy on the bench, and Naheem Aline misfires. He's their second scorer. We haven't heard from him much early on.
Every shot has been contested closely, so Dayton running their game plan defensively, exactly what Anthony Grant wanted to see. No easy shots, everything is contested.
Kamara trying to go to work again, and he walks. And here's the full court pressure that Dayton's been using. Dayton is using this full court pressure more than they have in the first 4 seasons prior to this one that Anthony Grant's been back here at the helm at his alma mater. And he really likes it with this group to make it part of their identity. And it forces a turnover, but then Amsil gave it right back. Likes it with this group to make it part of their identity. And it forces a turnover, but then Amsil gave it right back. Likes it with this group to make it part of their identity. And it forces a turnover, but then Amsil gave it right back. Aline, a step back, is good. Long
one for a guy who hit 42 threes last season. He's got to get involved. And you're talking about the Dayton press, especially for a young team. I think it's important for them to get engaged and dialed in defensively, especially early on. There it is.
The putback.
Important for them to get engaged and dialed in defensively, especially early on. There it is.
The putback.
Right there. Wow, his length. I mean, you see it. Outstretched arms, goes after the board, quick up and down for the explosive dunk.
Aline trying to get going around the length of the shot blocker Holmes. Maddox didn't draw a foul. Aline trying to get going around the length of the shot blocker Holmes. Maddox didn't draw a foul. Aline trying to get going around the length of the shot blocker Holmes. Maddox didn't draw a foul. Weaver kicks. Amsil rises and connects. Back inside a sold-out UD Arena with Brooke Weisbrod, Mike Monaco, our entire crew. Dayton's got a 9-point lead, and they've given up a half dozen points 12 minutes into this game.
Dayton's defense has been suffocating. They are doing a great job of contesting shots, boxing out, not allowing Virginia Tech any second chance type of points. I mean, that's just perfect defense right there. Deron Holmes squaring up, then going straight up, boxing out and grabbing the board.
Against Keve Aluma, who that was only his second field goal attempt. Mike Young out of the timeout, trying to get him involved. The fifth-year senior star who was preseason first team in the ACC. Mustafa Amsil no on the baseline.
Neither team shooting well to start off this game, but Dayton found the hot streak. And right now, Virginia Tech 0 from 3.
And 3 of 16 from the floor to go along with 6 turnovers. They feed Aluma again. Couture. Got it.
Good extra pass. And maybe finally now they can take a deep breath. And the good thing for Virginia Tech is that it's not like Dayton has blown them out of this game already. Dayton did hit a couple threes, got some momentum plays, but the lead's not that large.
Weaver to the basket for 2.
Puts the ball on the floor hard.
Some of his highest scoring games have come in the biggest wins for Dayton. He had 14 against Miami and Kansas, and particularly got going in those games from beyond the arc, which Keve Aluma cannot do here. Particularly got going in those games from beyond the arc, which Keve Aluma cannot do here.
And when Elijah Weaver's on the right side of the floor, you want to try to take the middle away from him. He's left-handed, so when he's driving middle, he's driving left on a strong hand.
He's got it here, left side, matched up with Couture, who Mike Young told us he's going to have the assignment on Weaver this afternoon. Kobe Brea, no dice from deep. He's going to have the assignment on Weaver this afternoon. Kobe Brea, no dice from deep. Mutz, too strong, rebound Malachi. Mutz, too strong, rebound Malachi Smith. Leading the charge, Weaver. Mutz trying to chase it in the game. Started his career at USC. Okay, we got number 4 Stanford, fresh off a huge win over Maryland. They are taking.
Who took over this program and has done wonders for it. The player for me to watch, have loved watching her since she was a freshman. Jordan Corsten of Tennessee. Get to know her.
It's coming your way Saturday right here on E2. You saw Mutz on the bench. That was his second foul. So he sits with Virginia Tech down by 10. Late first half here at Dayton. Good hands from Keve Aluma. By 10. Late first half here at Dayton. Good hands from Keve Aluma. A lot more touches for Aluma here over these last few minutes. And this is a Mike Young coach team that is known for smooth offense. He was so high on this group at the start of the season with 5 veterans. And 5 starters who can all shoot it from beyond the arc. Murphy passed it up for Gasson from.
Gasson with a nice block early on and then follows that up with a 3. You love when you get the best of both worlds from your guys. Good defense and then extended range from 6'9" sophomore.
I told you Virginia Tech was picked 5th in the ACC preseason poll, and when you look at the ACC, the question is, who's next after the Duke and North Carolinas of the world right at the top, and Virginia Tech.
Be a very tough team to beat these last few years. And Notre Dame got a big win over Kentucky last night.
Blake Wesley was big for the Irish, and Mike Bray getting that victory for what's been a veteran group that came in with high expectations. Couture drill.
And it came from ball movement and spacing. You know, Dayton's defense has still been pretty good, but Virginia Tech's offense been better. They're trying to move it one side to the other. And when you get ball movement, like I said, you create good energy and that good feeling of catching and shooting instead of it feeling stuck.
Nice dump off Malachi Kamara. It's Malachi Smith, the freshman point guard, and the brother of Scoochie Smith, of course. And he has taken the reins over the last few weeks.
Yeah, Scoochie, if you're over in Serbia, tweet us. Let us know you're watching. And they got the ESPN app, I'm sure, over there too, don't they?
Yeah, not bad. You go from Scoochie Smith to Jalen Crutcher to Malachi Smith.
That'll work.
Had some big moments recently. 6-point margin. Dayton in front. Coming up on 3 to go until halftime. Malachi distributes to R.J. Blakney.
Blakney now 2 of 2 from 3. He's come in giving you points with 9 and 3 rebounds already. That is quality minutes.
Aluma couldn't finish.
Rebounds already. That is quality minutes.
Aluma couldn't finish. Blakney. Ooh, he was thinking about another. Now he hoists and hits.
2-3.
Just as Virginia Tech had knocked out a couple of threes, an inch closer. A lean driving, no. And it's last touch. Fouls as Justin Mutz himself has. And then you heard what Sean was saying about Dayton despite this youth. Very impressive for Anthony Grant's group here in the first half.
I am very impressed with Dayton's ability to stay disciplined on offense. I have yet to see one possession where they're going one-on-one.
They won their season opener, and then they dropped 3 straight here at home to UMass Lowell, Lipscomb, and Austin Peay before they ripped off 5 in a row. And then that loss Wednesday on the road at SMU. Tor's got a couple of fouls as well. So he stays out there for Mike Young. Shot clock winding down on Toumani Camara, matched up with Gasson. Malachi Smith, back iron, and Aline tracks it down. Aluma 0 of 5 from the floor.
Good head fake.
Nicely done by Kevin.
Off the floor. And to do a great shot fake, it doesn't take a lot. You know, you just get a little jab, a little head up, looking at the rim. And I guarantee you, as he gets older, Holmes is not going to bite on those a whole lot. That's a tough screen. That's going to be his second foul.
So Anthony Grant yanks his impressive freshman, replaced by Zimi Wokeji here. In this final minute of the first half from UD Arena. Dayton by 10. Aluma's bucket was his first points, 19 minutes in, and he finds
man, you go back door and a nice pass and finish.
About a 15-second difference. Game clock and shot clock here winding down the first half. Kobe Elvis, who might be joining Storm Murphy on that all-name team that Brooke had earlier. Good contest from Aluma, but Blakney follows it up. Might be joining Storm Murphy on that all-name team that Brooke had earlier. Good contest from Aluma, but Blakney follows it up. Blakney follows it up. He's having a monster first half. He's got 11.
Saw that 40-inch vert going to work right there. What an explosive leaper he is. Great timing.
Final seconds, Aluma answers for Virginia Tech. And Atkins Aluma answers for Virginia Tech. And that does it for the first half. UD Arena, before the season even began, sold out for the entirety of the home slate. We know how good these fans have been throughout the tenure of this building, one of the great college basketball sites across the country. And we are underway in the second half.
The fans are always loyal here, and not just a great place for college basketball, but I grew up watching, high school playoff games, state championships in this building. There's a lot of history in here. Great inside pass to Holmes. He'll take that. How high Holmes can get on that shot.
Boy, we really enjoyed chatting with him earlier this morning after Dayton's shoot-around. We asked him, hey, what was the best
Holmes can get on that shot?
Boy, we really enjoyed chatting with him earlier this morning after Dayton's shoot-around. We asked him, hey, what was the best
Holmes can get on that shot?
Boy, we really enjoyed chatting with him earlier this morning after Dayton's shoot-around. We asked him, hey, what was the best part of your guys' win over then number 4 Kansas? And he said, well, both my parents went to Kansas, so that was pretty neat.
His dad from Mount Carmel in Chicago. Both of us, obviously, we live in the city there, so we understand how important basketball is to the city of Chicago. What a great take inside by Malachi Smith. And I love the message that his dad gave to Durham, which was pay attention to the news, follow all the top athletes, and notice how guys treat people. There's enough, we'll just say, mean people in the world. We don't need another superstar who treats guys like that. Great article in the Dayton Daily News about that.
Ron Holmes was saying to us, looks up to Mikal Bridges, so many others.
Yeah, great example.
3 fouls, by the way, on Justin Mutt. Stays out there. Mike Young typically pretty lenient with foul trouble. And Kevin.
Not according to the fans, but there was an official right under the basket to keep an eye on it. And he's having a discussion right now with Anthony Grant to let him know what he saw.
Former soccer player Keve Aluma, he's got a half dozen now. Nice finish, Kamara. Nice finish, Kamara. What did you think of Dayton's pressure first half? Did it serve its purpose against Virginia Tech?
Well, I think it just slows down a team that already takes its time on offense. So even if you could knock off 5 to 10 seconds from the shot clock, eventually it's really going to work, because then it's going to force them to feel a little more pressured, rush to take that shot when they don't want it to be that way. Even if you're not creating turnovers, you're creating pressure. Nice shot. You're creating pressure. Nice shot.
Muscling in another one through Holmes. And then Dayton rushes it.
18 points, had a double-double against Memphis.
We were chatting with him earlier this season, and when he transferred from Wofford, following Mike Young to Blacksburg, he had the sit-out year, which, of course, is a thing of the past at this point. And he said to us he was actually nervous that all the work he...
I don't know if I worked hard enough. How often do you really hear people say that anymore? That's where you build confidence. Confidence comes from hard work, period.
And now he's a guy averaging 14 and 6, all conference last year. Kamara for 2.
It's a tough take, and the guy who can finish left-handed or right-handed. Just put him in the paint, let him go to work. He can finish with either hand. That's a nice touch.
Look at the hounding from
paint. Let him go to work. He can finish with either hand. That's a nice touch.
Look at the hounding from Malachi Smith. Second effort goes.
Touch.
Look at the hounding from Malachi Smith. Second effort goes. Fired up.
They say he's different, right? He's a New York guy who can make the difference. They say he's different, right? He's a New York guy who can make the difference.
Elvis off the turnover is going to... I mean, how about this? You get the freshman point guard fired up, the veteran and often man of few words, head coach Anthony...
The table, the energy that they can give you, having a packed house. For granted, the players never did either, but when you have this atmosphere, you have this back, it just really says something. Oh boy. You have this back, it just really says something. Oh boy.
Blakney, no. On the reload, a fresh 20.
It just really says something. Oh boy.
Blakney, no. On the reload, a fresh 20.
It just really says something. Oh boy.
Blakney, no. On the reload, a fresh 20. Holmes kicks, extra pass. Elvis thought about the lob instead.
That was so open, right? You and I could see it from here. I was waiting to see the alley-oop go to work. Distributor? I don't know about all that.
Get yours.
Yeah. I was more like, give it to me. I wanted the alley-oop.
But Virginia Tech facing its largest deficit this afternoon. Storm Murphy. That is much needed for the...
Storm Murphy, Virginia Tech needs you big time right now.
He had a couple of fouls in the first half, and we started this game talking about how important he is because he was a prolific player as a 4-year starter at Wofford, including a couple of years for Mike Young. But recently, these last 5 games, he was a prolific player as a 4-year starter at Wofford, including a couple of years for Mike Young. But recently, these last 5 games, he was a prolific player as a 4-year starter at Wofford, including a couple of years for Mike Young. But recently, these last 5 games, he's been quiet. Tavares go court.
I know, right?
Just waiting.
Oh, man.
And Memphis, meanwhile.
Youth, right? Still got to figure it out. Imani Bates still finding his way, playing up and down. They'll figure it out.
And Penny Hardaway, he hasn't shied away from talking about what goes on inside a locker room and a team dynamic and trying to blend new pieces.
It's not easy to do. You've got superstars in high school that have to adjust to the speed, the strength of the college game. It's not just a given. They're going to come in and dominate. People think that all the time, but that was a good conversation we had with Durant Sprague, where I just started to get a feel for how quickly the ball was moving and where I could have an impact in the game. You want to do everything because that's what you're used to doing in high school, but you can't do that in college. You got to find what you're good at and really stick to it. You can build off that skill set.
Holt's been pretty good so far here in his rookie season with the Flyers. He does exit. You saw the 3 fouls. And
that hook, and Luma trying to wrap his way around it. Too much contact, and the officials whistle.
Look at this ball pressure from R.J. Blakney, and 8 seconds for Storm Murphy to get it over. Hokies been going to Keve Aluma a lot more touches than he had in the first half.
Yeah, they needed somebody inside to set the tone. Right now, there's a big mismatch inside that they missed. He had Malachi Smith guarding him.
He's 1 of 6. He's only got 2 points. It's Mutz and Amsil now jockeying for position. Amsil driving. 8 to shoot. Kamara working on Aluma. Offhand no. 8 to shoot. Kamara working on Aluma. Offhand no. Naheem Aline turns it over.
Oh, Malachi Smith is everywhere, isn't he? He's such a presence defensively. Love to see that out of a freshman. Rarely do you ever see freshmen who love to play defense. And Dayton has 2, and him and Deron Holmes.
RG.
Man, is perfect from behind the line today. 4 of 4. What an outing.
Season high 14 for the sophomore wing from Baltimore. And he's getting high 14 for the sophomore wing from Baltimore. And he's getting out and running. Blakney can soar, and he lays it in. Last time out on Wednesday at SMU, we told him only played 6 minutes, scored 2 points, and all he's done is pour in 16 on that shooting performance that you mentioned. And it adds up to an 18-point margin for Dayton, who has really ratcheted up
today. So not a ton, but still, whether it's turning the ball over or slowing them down on offense, the press has been effective.
And you're right, it's out of the norm for them. They average 10.5 turnovers per game. Couture goes baseline. About Virginia Tech's 2nd and 3rd leading scorers, Naheem Aline and Justin Mutz. They each have just 2 points. Malachi Smith was left alone. Amsil pulled down the offense. They each have just 2 points. Malachi Smith was left alone. Amsil pulled down the offense. Ten to shoot. Smith's got it. Around the screen. Tried to kick it and a block.
20 seconds.
16 fouls for the Hokies coming up on 12.5 to go here in the second half from UD Arena. Elijah Weaver did a nice job slashing and driving in that first half. And a turnover from
to grind it out. And so far today, Aluma has been the answer, but you have to have somebody else step up. We've been talking about it, and Mutz is 1 of 6 today from the floor, so he's got to find a way to get some shots up. Couture's had a nice day, a couple of threes, but really anybody at this.
A religious feel on this Sunday afternoon. Hey, huge sports Saturday, 15 Pacific.
Yeah, I suppose basketball is a religion here at Dayton.
Big time women's basketball matchup going on today.
Yes, the Ville, the Cats going at it.
Haley Van Lith, I saw some highlights.
Oh my gosh.
She was getting buckets.
She's been getting buckets for years, but it's great to see her at the college level do it again, and it's for years, but it's great to see her at the college level do it again and be one of the premier players in the game.
Hokies force a turnover, down by 14. 8 minutes into the second half. Aluma didn't get Kamara to bite, and then
NBA players have come out of this program, and Obi Toppin might be the best one, but out for COVID protocols right now. But Obi Toppin, one of the most exciting players ever to wear a Dayton jersey, for sure.
And you said very thesis and tenet of this program with Deron Holmes today, and something he was drawn to when he committed to Dayton, number 46 in our ESPN 100.
Yeah, the highest recruit ever to sign here, so there's certainly a lot of promise with him.
He cleans up. Malachi Smith's miss. Batted around, and Padula's got it.
There's certainly a lot of promise with him.
He cleans up. Malachi Smith's miss. Batted around, and Padula's got it.
Promise with him.
He cleans up. Malachi Smith's miss. Batted around, and Padula's got it. Here come the Hokies. Padula in attack mode. High off the glass. Good follow, Aluma. Padula in attack mode. High off the glass. Good follow, Aluma.
Field from the Hokies coming out of that timeout. They know it's now or never. They got to make the push right now because they have yet to make a real dent in this game. They led very early on and have not been able to recover since.
They got a little 6-0 run going here. They're doing it with their starting fifth-year senior point guard, Storm Murphy, on the bench in favor of the true freshman, Sean Padula. And remember, Justin Mutz is in foul trouble. He's got 3 personals midway through this second half. Good defense from Padula. Year's ACC Coach of the Year. With his veteran group, he brings back Mutz. Aluma comes out. And Virginia Tech trying to solve the pressure. How about the stage for Padula? Freshman out of Edmond, Oklahoma, just outside of Oklahoma City. Played very well off the bench against Cornell on Wednesday when he knocked down 3 freshmen.
But clearly a player in this game Mike Young is trusting right now over Storm Murphy, who's a 5th-year senior. Padula showing up.
Mike Young said he saw in about 5 practices that this kid, Sean Padula, was going to play.
Oh, Holmes, another big opening in the middle of the paint. Dayton missing out. Now they're rushed.
Weaver's got it. He's spinning. He's scooping. And a block.
Probably where the block call came from. You got to be set before the offensive player leaves the floor.
As Storm Murphy sits for the Hokies. And Weaver splits here inside UD Arena. Aluma finds a cutting Mutz, and it rolls off. Mutz follows it up and draws effect. Aluma finds a cutting Mutz, and it rolls off. Mutz follows it up and draws effect.
Kind of bent into him, could have been body check a bit, but definitely wasn't the arms.
Biased opinion is heard. Mutz misses both, and Aluma couldn't tip it to safety. Mutz misses both, and Aluma couldn't tip it to safety. Kamara's running, scooping, and he can't finish on a tough one at the rim. And then Holmes, Kamara's running, scooping, and he can't finish on a tough one at the rim. And then Holmes, so the 1-and-1 for Justin Mutz.
Presence of Holmes inside. You got some good defenders. Amseal is pretty good.
Aluma on the follow.
of Holmes inside. You got some good defenders. Amseal is pretty good.
Aluma on the follow.
He's starting to come alive.
It's a 12-1 run for Virginia Tech over the last 4 minutes.
Yeah, Dayton has not hit a shot now in 4.5 minutes. They got to find an answer here.
Kobe Elvis got stripped by Couture. Kobe Elvis got stripped by Couture. Naheem Aline pulls up and misses from deep.
But to me, that was a little bit too quick. You're on a 12-run run. Continue to stay focused and disciplined. Give it to the guys who go inside and pound it. Without Holmes there, you got good opportunities. You got to take advantage.
Aline still sitting on 2 points on an average of 12, and Kobe Brea misses from deep.
Again, after he got in some foul trouble, I think that's exactly what Dayton needs. You got to have that energy guy come back in the game. He's got 3 fouls, but this is the time where you need it.
Aluma's got a dozen. Spinning on Kamara, left hand no. While Smith waits, Elvis orchestrating. Kamara had the advantage. Good hands again from Couture. Elvis orchestrating. Kamara had the advantage. Good hands again from Couture.
Couture is coming out of nowhere. Great read on the help side. As the ball's in the air, that's when he's made his move. Perfect execution. Good drive by Aline.
Couldn't finish.
And it's going to be a foul. Yep. Good drive by Aline.
Couldn't finish.
And it's going to be a foul. Yep. Anthony Grant says we have to learn how to close out games. This is what you're watching.
Anthony Grant's group gives you that sort of opening.
Yep. You're staying confident. You're staying some good defensive efforts from Couture. He's got you some steals. Padula still in the game running point as a freshman, so he's got that trust in him. You got to stay the course, continue to follow the game plan, and hope that playing a young team, they're going to make mistakes at some point. You need to be able to capitalize on it.
They've been on a 12-1 run before those free throws from Dayton. Stretch the margin back to 10, coming up on 7 to go.
Hurts that possession is Storm Murphy still sits on the bench.
And so too does Deron Holmes. He picked up his 4th foul at the 9:16 mark when it was a 10-point cushion for Dayton. Amseal going to work. Amseal going to work.
Much needed basket. He's skilled, he's athletic. He just made the easy read and the easy play there. If I'm Anthony Grant, I think about putting Holmes in maybe around the 5-minute mark. And you see Dayton find the mismatch, the screen and roll. If they're going to switch, go give it to him.
I saw the clock. He was thinking kick it out, but just 1 second, so I had
shot it was. I mean, off balance. Degree of difficulty 9.8. Still hit it.
Tough grader.
Yeah.
Storm Murphy back for Virginia Tech. 6.5 to go. Kamara can't finish. And a foul on Virginia Tech. 6.5 to go. Kamara can't finish. And a foul on career for the Hokies. Earns another.
Country. And he followed him from Wofford. Couture had committed there, and from Wofford. And obviously an upgrade in competition in the ACC, but still, that's saying, hey, I committed to you, coach. I'll follow you wherever you go. And kick it out.
Kamara tried to go right through all those trees. He didn't kick it. He's trying to make this a 2-possession game.
It's good defense by the Hokies, the double team, and now Holmes getting ready to check back in.
Aluma spinning on Amseal and finish.
Down, he's efficient with his dribbles, but he just waits. He reads what the defense gives them.
Dayton needed a timeout. This lead has dwindled to 5.
Yeah, it's crunch time now for Dayton. And for a young team, Anthony Grant talking about we still need to learn how to close out games. It's crunch time, but they got Malachi Smith back in. We got Deron Holmes back in the game, so we'll see how Dayton responds.
5 on the timer for Smith. Amseal. No rebound, Couture.
Couture kid. He's got some hops.
Will bounce from Hunter Couture. On a day where the Hokies have trailed by as many as 18. Risky bounce pass. Aluma handled it. Back out. Couture on a shot fake. Falling away. Missed short. And a foul on Mutz. Bounce pass. Aluma handled it. Back out. Couture on a shot fake. Falling away. Missed short. And a foul on Mutz. 68%.
Omseal sold it and got it. And that really helps Dayton. Get a little broom.
Omseal's got the last 6 for Dayton after Virginia Tech got it to 5, as close as they had been since late in the first half when it was 19-15. Naheem Aline, second leading scorer for Tech, sitting on just 2 points still. Aluma trying to create, blew a tire. Enters, Dayton by 7 with the basketball. This is the senior Elijah Weaver. Tough shot came back out. Ten seconds until the Hokies even initiate their offense. Couture with a runner.
There's 3 of their last 4 games, and he's really stepped up here in the second half. Aluma, though, starting off way far away from the basket, right top of the key and beyond, trying to set screens for his point guards.
Smith short, Couture clears it.
They've gotten better looks than that.
Aline stops on a dime and misses. Three minutes to go in the second half. Holmes came up to set a screen. Got it from Smith. Kicks it to Blakney. Working on a career day. As we just showed you on the offensive boards here. So we got a 5-point game, less than 3 to go in the second half. Hokies with the basketball. They run Naheem Aline off a screen, and he can't connect. Struggles continue, now 1 of 8. Two freshmen, 2 sophomores, and a senior. That's the 5 for Dayton. Blakney off a jab step, hits another! Jay Blakney.
That will get the crowd off their feet. Blakney now 5 of 5 from behind the 3-point line. Wow.
Couture came to the rescue. He can't answer. Aluma on the offensive boards. Couture came to the rescue. He can't answer. Aluma on the offensive boards. Couture came to the rescue. He can't answer. Aluma on the offensive boards. Now Murphy can't get it to go. Rebound Holmes.
To stay in this game, I mean, that's as good a look as you're going to get.
2 pretty good ones for Virginia Tech. Came in shooting 40% from 3-point range. And Anthony Grant was saying to his freshman point guard, wait.
Yeah.
Run some clock here as we tick toward 1 minute to go in regulation. A trap on Smith. Holmes extra pass. Omseal finishes.
The double team from the Hokies. Holmes slips the screen, gets the extra pass. This is the good Dayton, learning how to close out games.
Aluma no. Murphy.
Learning how to close out games.
Aluma no. Murphy.
Learning how to close out games.
Aluma no. Murphy hoists and hits. If you're Dayton, you like Weaver and Smith shooting free throws. You want to keep it away from Deron Holmes. Not a great free throw shooter. And Darius Maddox, 72% from the free throw line, middle of the pack in the A-10. And Weaver good on both. The lead is not.
And the Flyers still choosing to press, which I think is smart. You know, at this point, just keep them in front of you, contest the threes, and box out.
Murphy's got to go. 10 seconds. And a tough two doesn't drop. Mutz battles. Couture rescue. Murphy's got to go. 10 seconds. And a tough two doesn't drop. Mutz battles. Couture rescue. Murphy's got to go. 10 seconds. And a tough two doesn't drop. Mutz battles. Couture rescues. Aline jacks. And Mutz follows. And a foul. Two doesn't drop. Mutz battles. Couture rescues. Aline jacks. And Mutz follows. And a foul. With 20.5 to go. Gets the roll. Defense for Mike Young.
Smart putting Gasson on the ball at that length at 6'9". If you can get a piece of it. Maybe not. Maybe they miss it. Holmes all the way down the end of the floor.
It will continue right here on ESPN2 when this game goes final. Oh, a 4 with potential. Makes the second. Makes it a 3-possession game. Final 12 seconds. Storm Murphy dumps it off. Mutz underneath. 8.3.
Three-point line. And you see some hustle out of your guy, Smith, the point guard. All right, so they'll call a timeout.
Yes.
Yeah.
Darion Sebron, named to know with what he has done so far for the Pack. Onseal's got to get it in. He floats it dangerously to Smith.
Even if you turn it over, you're going to force Virginia Tech to have to burn that clock up to get a shot. Smith got to hit that.
We're right here on ESPN2. Chucky Kemp, King McClure already on the call as Smith misses both. On ESPN2, Chucky Kemp, King McClure already on the call as Smith misses both. Final few seconds. Aline can't get it to go, and Dayton. Final few seconds. Aline can't get it to go, and Dayton